Whoa, what up, y'all? Yeah, man, I said I'm gonna come and tell y'all about the story, the time when we had Jack Meagle on big ass Claiborne. You heard me? Man, bro, this happened this round just like after the storm. You heard me? And I don't know if you know, but if you remember, like all the people that were like immigrants and shit, you know, they didn't have they wasn't really legal, you hear me? So they didn't have bank accounts and shit, so they'll all carry like cash and shit on them, right? And so they one of them days nigga hurting, you hear me? We right there by 5 Star, you hear me? You know, y'all see. So nigga need some bread, you hear me? Kinda slow that D, you hear me? And so me, nigga Solo, nigga HB, you hear me? We were posted. There's other people out there, but it was us three who did this shit, you hear me? We posted out there, and I had came up with this little shit that I had been doing. I had been doing this shit for a little while now. It's like you put a motherfucker in a bear hug, you hear me? Put them in a bear hug, and while you got them like restrained, the other motherfuckers go in their pockets and get whatever they got, you hear me? And so we see Amigo. He coming down. He walking down Claiborne. And he look like he coming from like the grocery store or some shit. You hear me? So I'm like, man, I'm about to get him. And so they like, you hear me? They think I'm playing. You hear me? But I'm like, boy, I'm not playing. I'm like, I'm gonna grab him. Y'all go in his pockets. You hear me? And so I grab that boy. I run down on that boy. I grab that boy. Like he had to turn on. I think that was St. Andrew. Like he turned on St. Andrew, you heard me? And so I grabbed that boy, you heard me? Cause now he like a block away from Claiborne, you heard me? So like it's still like big ass noticeable, you heard me? Like this shit was crazy. When you think back on shit, you be really realizing how crazy the shit that you done did, you hear me? Like when I was thinking about this shit was crazy. So like I said, he like a block away from Claiborne, you hear me? Walking down St. Andrew. So I grabbed that boy, you hear me? I put him in the bear hug. Man, these niggas still laughing and shit. I'm like, man, hurry up, get the shit, man, go in his pockets, you hear me? And so he had dropped his groceries and shit, go in his pockets, get the little bread or whatever like that. And so that's when I let that boy go. And that boy, he saying something in Spanish, you hear me? And so they got another Migo here in the yard. And he like, yeah, welcome to New Orleans, huh? Yeah, hey, welcome to New Orleans, or whatever. You remember? I don't know if we hadn't got him or he got Jack before or something like that. You remember? But you know, that shit was fucked up though. When I think about it, cause man, that man probably, I don't know how many people, man, probably had kids to feed and everything else, bro. We had took this man down, took his groceries and shit. You remember? I'm trying to remember, cause I remember we took his groceries. I can't remember what he had though, cause we had took that shit. You hear me? We took his bags and all that, and nigga laughing about that shit. You hear me? And like I said, I think back on it, I'm like, boy, we were wrong for that, bro. Nigga, we were wrong for that, son. And that's that shit I was talking about when I said, man, they being done some shit. Like I said, I don't be want to get into too many different stories about different people, you hear me? Cause everybody be going through this little, you know. But that was one thing I said I could talk about, you know what I'm saying? Cause we did that, and I know like, y'all gonna really come back up on us and lock us up for that? No, y'all not. You hear me? That wasn't that drastic, you dig? But like I said, we done pulled off some shit. But yeah, that was the and man, I'm gonna tell you this other time while I'm here though. You hear me? This a time where the bear hug shit was a fail. You hear me? I'm with my partner out the Cali. We on Franklin. We in the AWOL. You hear me? And I was telling him about this shit, like how I put the niggas in bear hugs and shit like that. So they had this big, like, cocky nigga, son. Like this nigga cocky, bro. Real talk. You hear me? But like, see, I ain't got no fear in my heart, son. Like real talk, I ain't got no fear in my heart. But I can think though, you hear me? I'm not stupid. Even if you're not scared, that don't mean you gotta be stupid. You see what I'm saying? It's two different things. And so I'm looking at the size on this nigga, so I'm telling my partner out there, yo, I'm like, man, you put him in a bell hug, and I'm gonna go in his pockets, cause he was a little bigger than me, you heard me? He like, man, you know how to do it, you do it, you heard me? So I'm like, man, what the fuck? Like, yeah, but I ain't got time to argue. So the nigga on the phone, you heard me, on the phone, you dig? And so I tried to tell him again, like, you go grab him, and I'm gonna go in his pockets. He's still like, you know, you go do it, you know how to do it. So I'm like, all right, when I go grab this bitch, don't play, hurry up, go in this nigga pockets, you heard me? So walk over there, whatever, dude on the phone, man, I grab that boy, you heard me? But like by him being on the phone, I didn't get the grab where I'm securing him, you heard me? Cause his arm up like this, like he on the phone, you heard me? So when I grab my arm, got, you know, like it's easy if you got the nigga's arms both locked to their body, you hear me? But I didn't have a good grip on him, like, you hear me? And the nigga, like I said, this nigga got size on him, son. You know, I'm small, son. I've been small, you hear me? And so when I grab the nigga and I'm trying to hold him, you hear me? This stupid ass nigga here, he laughing. He joked out like, bruh. I'm like, man, go in his pocket, you hear me? So the nigga, he like, you hear me? And he like, man, get your little ass off me, you hear me? I'm talking about, yeah. No lie, he treated me like a rag dog, brother. Real talk, he treated me like a fucking rag dog and threw me off him, you hear me? This nigga here laughing. So I broke, I started running. So like, you know, I'm pissed off, I'm all pissed off at this nigga. I'm like, bro, what the fuck, you laughing? You think this shit funny? Like, nigga, life on the line, son. Like, you know, you don't know what could have happened, son. This nigga could have been to grab me or something, like, and you laughing and shit. Like, he made me look at him like in a whole different light, cause I'm like, you a flunking, son. Like, you playing with a nigga life, like, son. This nigga could have really fucked over, nigga, and what you was gonna do, run, leave me, you hear me? So it was like stamped. I wasn't doing no more type of cables or nothing with that nigga, son. He had like really pissed me off, son. Cause I really had looked at him like a thorough nigga. You hear me? You from out one of the most notorious projects in New Orleans, son. And you pull off a move like that, you hear me? You laughing, you joked out when a nigga on a lick, you hear me? So yeah, I was all kind of pissed off with that nigga, son. You hear me? But yeah. That was the bell hug. Yeah. See, but I'm telling you, see, you ain't got no gun and you need some quick cash. I ain't trying to tell nobody this what you should do, but hey, if you need some quick cash and you heard me, ain't got no gun or nothing like that, son, put a nigga in the bell hug with your partner, one of y'all grab a motherfucker, the other motherfucker go in their pockets, and you heard me, right quick, right fast. You dig? If he got a gun in it, then he ain't gonna be able to get to nothing. You hear me? Cause you got him in that bell hug. Real talk, man. But you know, I'm out, y'all. Till next time, baby.
My nigga B, he TCG, he bust your head, he don't retreat, he makes you out, he just like me. He told all I scream for peace, you want some option? We got Smitties, we got Glizzy, we got the mob sticks. We get Dracos, got FNXD, we got options. If it's like that, fuck where we at, we get it poppin'. No crash dummy, but I crash not on